Earlier today I spoke to the SNP's Alex Salmond, the former First Minister of Scotland, and asked him first what he makes of the Prime Minister's comments.
I think as the Prime Minister gets more and more desperate, his language gets ever more extreme. I think the poor man is looking overwrought. In fact, it's a good job he didn't do that last debate with Nicola Sturgeon. Otherwise he'd look even more overwrought than he does, and even more desperate. So I think David Cameron's showing every sign of a Prime Minister in the final stages of his premiership, and there's lots of people in Scotland think, thank goodness.
But what about the aims of the Scottish National Party? Is everything subordinate to the idea of getting Scottish independence, and that's what you'll do if you get to Westminster, simply try and further that aim?
No, Nicola Sturgeon's brilliantly laid out the SNP campaign plan, which is inspiring so much support, not just in Scotland, of course, but as we saw from the polls after the two debates. She won these debates, according to YouGov, right across the United Kingdom. And our two aims are obviously to further Scottish interests, to secure the interests of the Scottish people. You'd expect the Scottish National Party to do that, but also to aid progressive politics right across the United Kingdom, so as we can move away from public spending cuts. We cannot waste £100,000 million in putting nuclear weapons on the River Clyde. So to aid progressive politics right across these islands, in conjunction with our allies in the Green Party in England and Plaid Cymru in Wales. And that's the inspiring message which is taking this election by storm.
So if, as many polls suggest, the SNP are the third largest force at Westminster after Labour or the Conservatives, presumably you will be in opposition. Will you be like the Liberal Democrats in the old days with two questions at Prime Minister's questions and things like that?
Well, let's the Scottish people decide how many seats we get. Obviously, the more seats we get, the more influence Scotland will have in the next Parliament, and no doubt the procedures of the House of Commons will reflect that. So the possibility are as follows. Either we could have a confidence and supply arrangement with the Labour Party. That's possible. It's not likely, but it's possible. Or more likely, the Scottish National Party could use its votes on a vote-by-vote basis to give support to the Labour Party when that support is due, and also, of course, to try and move politics in a more progressive direction. You know, we're finished on end. People are fed up with public spending cuts. We're fed up with that austerity programme. We want to move to a different style of politics, and that's what the SNP voting power would be used for, to use it to benefit Scotland certainly, but also to aid progressive politics across these islands. And many, many people in England, of course, are crying out for that sort of style of politics, which is why Nicola Sturgeon went down so well in the leadership debates.
Well, let's talk a little bit more about Scotland's unique position in the run-up to May the 7th. Joining me now from North London.